This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon, everybody. Please confirm if you can hear my voice. Hello, everybody. Can you hear my voice today? Yes, that's really something good to hear. Thank you. So, Mr. Mohammed says you can hear my voice, which is nice. Okay. We'll begin in about 5 minutes. Let's wait for the others to join in. I think they're on the way. So just bear with me a couple of minutes more. Thank you. All right, everybody. One more time, could you please confirm that you can hear my voice or not so that I can start? You can write it in the chat box,
Yes,
or you
sir, we can hear you loud and
Thank you
clear.
very much. Thank you very much. Yesterday was a big problem anyway, but glad to know that you can hear my voice. First of all, thank you for coming, and I believe we have waited enough for the others. If they come in, they will definitely join us later. Now, about the day before, I must apologize for what happened because my network fluctuated. My son accidentally switched off the what you call modem. As a result, the connection was lost. But I must thank Dr. Imran and Dr. Sandhya, who took the initiative to finish off the webinar. And yesterday, I don't know, something went wrong in my laptop. It's very old, but anyway, I fixed it. I hope today we can have a nice session. And I must thank you for being very humble and with me all the time. Thank you. Today, I'm going to talk about Turnitin Assignment as an activity that you can create to assess your students, not only to see the similarity reports, but also to be able to assess directly on the paper itself that they upload to Turnitin. I'm going to show that to you. And I'm also going to show you, if we have enough time, I'm going to show you active quiz, which is a different form of quiz activity in Moodle. The difference is this allows you to set time for each question and not only the duration of the quiz itself. That means you can time your questions, and this will eliminate the chances of cheating. We cannot actually completely what you call stop cheating. Nowhere in the world, so far as I know, there is any such mechanism or application that can be used for now to stop cheating entirely. However, we have apps, we have tools, even in Moodle and what you call Turnitin, that we can use only to limit the chances of cheating. We cannot actually completely stop it. So I'm going to show you active quiz that allows you to set the time of your questions, and this can eliminate the chances of cheating as well. So first of all, let us see those things, how they operate and how they function, and then I'll show you how to create them. All right, Could you please confirm you can see my screen or not? Yes. Yes, okay. So let's proceed from here. This is, as you know, when you log into Moodle, you will be taken to your dashboard. I'm on my dashboard now. You can see my name. And what you do generally is you click the title of your course. Once you have clicked it, you will be taken to your contents inside the course. And I'm going to show you a content from the last semester, because last semester we ended with a final exam conducted online. And here is the exam, FANG 002 final examination. This is what we did last semester to end the semester, and this was the final assessment. Now, this was different. This is unlike any quiz. We did not have a quiz. This was actually a writing task that they had to do on the Turnitin. So you can see it is restricted, the date is over, so they had only 24 hours to actually access this and do the examination. So what happens if I click the title of this activity? You will be taken here. As you can see, this is the activity, this is the assignment that was created. This is actually inside Moodle itself, but a part of it is not actually Moodle. A part of it is actually coming from Turnitin. You can see this part is actually from Turnitin itself. All right, as we scroll down further, this part is actually from Turnitin itself. So you have the title of your activity, you have the start date, you have the due date, and you have the post date. These two are what we need to be very careful about, because the date you set here will manage the period of the exam. This is just the beginning. This is when they start doing the activity. But these two make sure that your activity, how long the activity should last. Sorry about this. All right. So these two are necessary for you to put carefully, so that you know when the activity finishes and after when the activity is completely blocked, so that your students can't do anything else. Now I'm going to show you as I go down. If you notice here, the instructions that I have given is different from the regular text. This is the regular text, and this is generally what happens when you type. You will get this output. You will get something written like this. The font size is default set to this, and then the size is this, and the color is this. But if you write it in that manner, then your students will not be able to. Sometimes some people have problem with the eyesight, and they will probably not know about the instructions clearly. So what you can do is you can color code your instructions. You can obviously underline, you can use bold, and so on. You can have links established as well within Turnitin assignment. This is a link actually. This one is a link, and this one is a link. So you can give them a template, and this template they can download and do the work on the template itself and upload later on. So this is how it is different. Then if you go further down, you will notice you have a list of students, and then you have their works which they have submitted, the name of the student, then you have the title, the work that they have uploaded, and Turnitin assigns them with an ID. This is unique for each student. They will get an ID as many times as they upload an assignment. Then they have when they have submitted. This is the time when they have submitted and date when they have submitted. And this is the part we are mostly interested in, and that is the percentage of the work that is similar or that is found similar. Here you have the links. You see the downward arrow. That means you can download the file straight to your computer, but this will be a raw version. This is not going to be plucked from Turnitin. This is the raw version, the file that your students have submitted. After this, you have these things over here. You see the arrows going circular. The idea is you refresh. Sometimes you will notice here the similarity is not shown. So what you do, you click this arrow here in the circular shape. If you click this, then what will happen is it will refresh the page, and especially this particular instance of submission, and it will produce the similarity report. Now, sometime you will notice that some of your students upload the wrong file, or maybe wrong title, or maybe they have a request to you, please give me another chance so that I can upload my file one more time. And in that case, you have an opportunity here to delete your file. So you can delete it by clicking the bin over this side. You don't have to actually tick mark these spaces to do that. Individually, if you want to delete, just click this and it will be deleted. But if you want to delete, let's say 5, 10, or maybe the entire class's work, then you have to tick mark in this box. Then it will select the entire class and all the submissions. And after that, you go all the way down and you can delete them. You will see an option here. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to show you a work on the Turnitin itself, how it shows on Turnitin. There are two interfaces. Recently, Turnitin has changed their layout, and they have introduced two layouts. And you can see generally when you click the work of the student, and this is what you need to click. You can click this. You see the colored space here that shows the similarity, or you can click the title. In both the cases, you will be taken to this page. And you can see here at the top, this is actually in Turnitin. It's not no longer in Moodle. We are not in Moodle anymore. Okay, next you will see here what you call the student's name, full name, how many work have been submitted. You can see them here. This is the block which obviously interests you most. This is where you will be able to check the similarity report. Now, this by default, Turnitin is not showing any similarity right now. It's just showing you a read-only file. So what you do is you click these what you call blocks, and then you will see number one. If you click this, then it will expand, and you can see all the way down nothing is shown as similar. So what you click is you click this one, similarity tools, or you click similarity here, the tick mark. If you click this, it will show you the similarity. You see right now all the things which are similar to another document is being highlighted, but it is not showing on the right pan where these similarities are noted or found. However, here you have something, the numbers, and these numbers refer to where they have been found similar. So if you click the tool, similarity tool, this is the one that looks like a page. If you click this, you will see 27% similarity is matched. And then if you want to see the sources, you click the sources. So if you click this, the sources and the similarity found is shown to you. You can see the student's paper is from University of Boraimi, and 25% is matching with the university's own work, and only 2% is from the internet source. Now, if you notice this work, what is being matched? That's why I've been telling my colleagues again and again that if you look here, this part is actually matching with something in the internet resources. But if you go further down, you will notice the student's work is intact. Nothing is matching. So the student has written an original piece, even though this percentage, 27%, is exceeding the limit that we have been prescribed to consider for plagiarism. No part of the student's work is actually matching with any other resources. As a result, even though the student's work is showing above 25% similarity, does not necessarily imply that they have plagiarized or they have copied from some other places. So that's why it's important that teachers' intervention is applied. Teachers should assess the work of the students manually rather than depending on what you call the Turnitin report itself. So this is this. How you can download this file is, you can see on here immediately under the 27% similarity, you can see here the downward arrow, which means download. If you don't know what this is, you can always hover the cursor and it will show you what it is. You see download, the word download is appearing. So click this and you have three options. You can download the original submitted file, which will be the raw file itself. You can download the digital receipt, that is the confirmation that the work has been submitted to Turnitin. Generally, it is shown immediately after a student submits an activity. But what you should be interested in is the first one, current view, because if you notice here, it is highlighting all the similarities that have been spotted. So you should click current view and it will be downloaded to your computer. You can save it wherever you find easy for you. All right, so this was one interface, and if I go, if I show you here on last pane, you see this is the pane, this is the last pane at the bottom. You have pages, you have word counts, and you have text report, Turnitin classic report. This one is the easy interface. As you can see, you just have to click and see the report. But there is text only report as well. If you download the PDF version, as I showed just a few minutes ago from here, current view, you will be given a PDF file, which can be heavy because colors are there, backgrounds are there, graphics are there, and so on. But if you can also choose for the text only report, and this one will be a less heavier file. That's the only difference. It's all text and less graphics. And you can also see the same work on Turnitin Classic. Let me show you. If you choose Turnitin Classic, what happens? This is where you are brought if you choose Turnitin Classic. But look at the top here, you have try new easy to interface. This is what we have been I've shown you just now, and this one is the Turnitin, what you call classic version. Both are easy to actually manage. It's up to you which one you prefer, no worries. But there is one more thing that I want to show you. The other day somebody asked me, one of our colleagues here asked me if we have the opportunity to grade the work online or not. If you notice, we could have had these two enabled if we had bought the package. Look, grade mark is there, peer mark is there. So these are the tools that we could have used if we had the package to grade the work online. But right now we don't have it. See what will happen if I click these links. Look, it says there's no grade mark available for this paper. Your institution subscription might not include this service. So as I told you, our subscription to the Turnitin only shows similarity. It does not include grade mark, and it does not include the peer mark. So that's why we cannot assess the work directly on Turnitin. However, if you click originality, it's going to show you the originality report. You see, just like it did in the easy to use interface. All right, and it's the same thing. But look here, it's showing it's a different work. It's not the same work as before. So this one is showing 19% similarity from the university documents and only 2% from elsewhere. If you click this, this is going to take you straight to the point where the similarity is noticed, you see. And if you click this, this is going to show you this. But if I click the first one, university, is 19% similarity, and it is taking me right here where this is being similar. All right, you can also do that by clicking these numbers. If you click the numbers, then it's going to pop up this window where you can see how much of the text is similar and what is the source. And if you want, you can click full source view, and it's going to show you the full length of the text that is found similar. So I hope this much is clear to you, how to use the classic version and how to use the easy to use interface on Turnitin. But I'm going to show you how to create the Turnitin assignment first and how to assess it. So the first step, as you know, is always turn editing on once you are inside your course and choose the place where you want to add the activity. So I'm going to click turn editing on. This is a button, green button at the top, and I'm going to choose a spot. I'm going to add it here. So add an activity. We go all the way down a little bit and let the Turnitin assignment 2 come. So here you can see Turnitin assignment 2 is appearing. What I can do is click add. After this, obviously, just like any other resources or activities you create, you will be taken to this particular page, which needs the settings to be set. So I'm going to call it demo exam. If you have a summary, summary can be the instruction itself. It will help your students understand how you want them to do this activity. So I'm going to write an instruction. Let's say, instead of writing, I'm going to copy it from the previous one. So you can also copy if you have written it somewhere. Copy, and then I'm going to paste it. Just paste. Notice the difference now. Even if you type, it's gonna look the same as it is, shown right now. But look, the after effect, after some coding is done, this is how it looks. So I'm going to show you how you can make this look like that. And what you do is, now that my instruction is written or pasted, you can click here and you go to this HTML. I told you before, click HTML and then wait for the entire coding to appear. So if you see, this is the coding. What you do is, I want the font size to be raised and I want a color. So what the code is, greater sign, span, space, style, then equal sign with quotation mark, start, font dash size, and then colon. What is the size? 1.5 rem, and then I'm going to write semicolon, and after this I need the color. So color, then colon, and then the information about the color is, let's say I'm going to mark it blue, and then you finish the code by closing the quotation mark and then the lesser sign. So now if I click HTML back, you will notice the first line of my instruction is blue colored and the font size is raised and it's more than this. I'm going to send you the code for this in the text box so that you can use it at your own convenience as well. All right, so here we are. I've done this. Now the next part is, I don't want to keep typing the code. So what I can do is, wherever I want the same type of changes, I can just copy this code. You can see I'm copying, and you can click Control C to copy it, or right click on top of the highlighted area of text and click copy. So this is copied. Now where I want this to be placed so that my other text look different, and they should be appearing good enough for my students to read. So what I can see is, it's little really what you call mixed and confusing, because the text is you cannot play with the spacing of the text here. You should not, because then you will see lots of spaces. What you should do is look for LI. LI means I have used these numbers, you see. So this is bulletin type. So what you do is, just before LI, you see, open it in Word type in your, so these are the instructions. So I'm going to paste it here between the LIs. And then if I click HTML, look what happened. The first one I missed when I pasted. So I'm going to go back, undo this. You can undo this by actually clicking Control Z in your on your keyboard, or you remove that part where you have you know, pasted it. So I'm going to undo this, and this is where I was. Yes, this is it. Cut, and I'm going to place it before this. FANG 002 examination file to upload. So here we are in LI. Just say this, you paste it, and look, this is in blue now, and all the text, they have a better size to look at. Now I can do the last one as well. Before the text, I'm going to paste it before the text. You have to do this for each instruction separately, because this is how it changes all the text. So if you see now, my entire instruction is having a raised font and different color. Now I don't want all of them to be blue, because again it's not clear. So I can change the word blue to another color, maybe red, maybe or green. It's up to you. So notice what happens when I say red. You see, red is red, right? So you can change the color whenever you want and wherever you want. So we have red again, you see. So this is how it's distinguishable now, and your students can see. So once your summary is given, summary is the part where you have to type in the instructions for your students. And I showed you how to do the coding as well. I'll send you the coding one more time in your in the chat box. This is something that I will talk about few minutes after I finish creating the assignment. Now, if you see, this is actually a link. This is something that will help your students download the link. All right. So what you do is you go down, you finish the summary, go down. This part, I don't think you need to play unless you want to, because by default this is okay. However, if you have more than one assignment or more than one parts of the same assignment, then you can choose the number of the parts. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's up to you. It means you are giving the student maybe 3 or 5 chances to upload the same document, same assignment, or you are giving your students the opportunity to finish the assignment in parts. Okay, so it's up to you what you do. Generally it is one, because our students generally have only one assignment, but in the colleges maybe it can be different. Maybe if they have dissertation, you can ask them to finish chapter by chapter and so on. Maximum file size is set to 100 MB right now. However, this can be increased based on your demands. You have to obviously write to the e-learning committee, and we will send it to the IT to increase the size. For now, the default is 100 MB. If you click this, you can only see that 100 MB is the uppermost limit, and the lowermost limit is 10 KB. Generally, in Turnitin, we don't upload videos, we don't upload what you call images, but if you do, they can be heavier. But text files, PDF files, and PowerPoint files don't necessarily, occupy a larger space. Next, you have allow submission of any type. This is something that you have to be very careful about, because if you leave it to no, then what will happen is your students can upload anything. They can upload a video, they can upload a PDF, they can upload a PowerPoint, image, Word, all types of file. But generally speaking, I believe we only accept what you call Word file, and what you call PDF and PowerPoint. So default is set to no, but if you choose yes, they will be able to submit everything and anytime. So default is no, which is okay. So you don't need to change this unless you have a special type of file in mind that you want to accept. Okay. Display originality to reports to the student is set by default yes, because you need to show your students how much of their text is already found to be similar with something. After this auto refresh, this is also by default set. You don't need to change it, but if you want, you can. You see, no, I will refresh the originality scores manually. You can save yourself by leaving it to default, but if you don't want default settings, you can change it. It's up to you. Now grading, you can't do anything about it, even though you have the scope here. You see, I already showed you that grading option is not covered in our subscription. A few seconds ago when I was talking about the parts, you see number of parts here, 1, and here is the number of parts. You see assignment part 1. You can give it a name. If you have 3 parts, let's say, then what will happen is you will get 3 parts now. You see number 1, number 2, and number 3. So you can give each of these a name if you want to. Otherwise, you can leave it by default, part 1, part 2, and so on. But what is important is you have to set the deadlines properly. Start, due date, and post date. Now, due date and post date is important. Due date is when you start accepting, and post date is after which you don't want any more work to be submitted. Okay, so the real deadline is this. This is just the start, and this is when they can, if they want, they can start submitting, and the activity will be visible to them from this date. But this is the date, due date, when they can begin submitting their assignments. So 9 July, let's say, and 16 July is the due date, and the post date is this. Generally, I suggest to my colleagues who are working in CFS to maintain the same dates here, because we have only one very simple to do assignments, so it's fine. But for you in the colleges, I think you have dissertations, you have term papers, so what you can do is you can think of a post date, because some of them might take a longer time to finish than the other. So you can think about this time, up to you. Now I'm going to go back to what you call part. I'm going to change this to part 1, because only one assignment is okay. So you see the other parts are gone. Originality report is also set by default for you, and you don't have to do anything here. Now, one thing I want to talk about is this part. If you see store student papers, where I don't want them to save anywhere in the notes repository, but this is okay for, let's say, CFS and maybe formative assessments. Okay, but if you are doing a dissertation, if you are doing a term paper that has grades, heavier grades, then I believe you should store standard repository and change it. Okay, but by default it is no repository. The reason it is like this is if your students submit a work and it's wrongly submitted, maybe the student uploaded the wrong document, or maybe the student has uploaded the document and found out that she needs to improve somewhere, then this, if it is stored in the standard repository, then the work, every time she uploads without changing the major part of the text, it will show similarity, and she will be in a difficult situation. So here the intervention from the teacher is required. If the teacher sees that similarity between the 2 submissions or 3 submissions the students have made, they have to consider how much of that they want to accept as similar and how much of that they don't want to. But if you leave it to no, then what happens is the student, every time the student uploads the work, it will not show similar to his or her own previous work. Okay, it will not refer to the work that was submitted by her earlier. Okay, so this is how you are saving the student from you know suffering from similarity report. Everything else is default, so you don't need to do anything. And just like in any other activities, you can do the restriction, and I've shown the restriction before. You see all the things are here. Okay, now what we do is we just click save and display, and the activity, the assignment will be created. Generally it takes a couple of seconds depending on the speed of the internet. And bravo, we have a problem here. I checked the Turnitin today, it was working fine. And look, this is the error we are getting. Most of our colleagues also have faced this error. I have got one opportunity to explain this. So let's see. You see here it says couldn't update Turnitin class data. So this class was actually not only created in Moodle. The moment I created this here, it was created in Turnitin as well, along the creation here. So what happens is it could not communicate with the Turnitin server that time when I created this activity. So as a result, the error is showing. It does not mean Moodle is not working. It does not mean Turnitin is not working. It only means the communication between the two is suffering something. It could be the internet speed, or it could be something going on at the server level of Turnitin, not with us. Okay, so what you can do is, the only thing you can do is obviously continue, but it will take back to that assignment. Let's see if I have done anything wrong in the assignment. Turnitin is working fine. As you can see, there's no error. So I don't know why it's showing. Anyway, I'll go to the settings. Okay, once you go inside the settings, you should be checking all the settings one more time if you have played with them properly. And this assignment is working well, so I'm just going to after you click this, if you find the error, then you have to obviously wait for the server to get normal. If it is okay, then it will display the assignment, and just like this one, it will just show you the assignment. Now I'm going to show you how I created this link inside the Turnitin itself, so that my template can be used by my students. So what you do is you create a folder, and you can create it anywhere. I'm just going to create one. So for this, you just need to click add an activity, choose folder. It's a resource, so it is always at the bottom end. Click add, write the name of this folder. It's better you name it something that you can remember as a link. So I'm going to say exam. Okay, demo exam. If I have a template, then I should upload it here. So I'm going to upload a file so that it works as a demo. So I have spring 1. This is my exam. You can do it in two ways. I told you before. You can drag and drop the file directly on this a space here. You see drag drop files. Once it is blue, you leave it and the file is uploaded. You go all the way down and click save and display. The file will be added in the folder. So you see the file is added here. Now what you should do is right click on this. You are inside the folder, demo exam, you are inside the folder. Right click on this link and copy link address. You see copy link address, click this. So the address is copied. Now we go back to the assignment that we created. This is the assignment. I'm inside the settings, please. I'm inside the settings, edit settings. So I go to the summary part and then I choose the title of the examination that I have written in my instruction. Then I click here. You see there are two signs. One is unlink and the other one is link. The link is, it looks like a chain, and the unlink is obviously a broken chain. So I'm going to first of all unlink because there is already a link. So I'm going to unlink it. Now how you can link it is you have chosen the text, click link, and it is going to pop up this window. Paste your copied link that you have copied just minutes ago. So here we are. You can right click and paste. You have the option to allow the students to see the file directly here, or maybe download from here or in another window, separate window. It's up to you if you click this, but the result will be the same. The file will be downloaded. So just leave it as it is, create link. So now there is a file which is linked to this, okay? And you can do the same with this one, this link as well, and it will, you just have to repeat the steps, that's all. After you have linked it, go and save. So you see the Turnitin assignment now is ready. I have a link at the top and I have a link here so that my students know which one to click. I've given them the instruction, click to download. Download what? Download this, or click here, this one. So if they click, this is what will happen. A dialog box will appear and it will give you the prompt to save the file somewhere. And if you notice, my instruction is click to download, type in your answers, open the Word, save it as Word file with your ID as title. You see, with your ID as title. So I'm going to now write an ID 192.0.0.5, something like that, and I'm going to save it somewhere where I can find it later. So I have now saved the file, and I can open the file in Word file because my instruction was open it in Word file, and if I open it, it will open. Generally, when the file is open, they will not be able to type anything because at the top you will see a yellow ribbon that says enable editing, something like that. You have to enable the editing option and then you will be able to type in your answers. It takes a couple of minutes to load Word. Let's see. So it is prompting me unreadable content. Do you want to recover? It happens whenever you have a file created in another computer and you upload it to internet and then you download, because of the types, because of the scripting, it can prompt you like this. So what you should do is click yes, and the document will be loaded. You see it's opening in protected view because this is not a type that my Word file is used to of opening. So wait for it. So the file is loaded, as you can see here. It's an examination paper, and you have all the tables with instructions and details. Now, I told you at the beginning that you can see it is in protective mode. That means students cannot write anything on this document unless they click this enable editing. So you click this, and then the document will give you the scope to write. So opening file for editing. It happens if your version and the other versions are not the same. Okay, so here we are. The document is ready, and the student can write the answers directly here, including the details that are required of the student. You can see here I can write my name. Right? So I've written my name and my ID. I'm going to write my ID 05. So this is how you can continue typing in spaces where you want your students to type in. And if we go further down, sorry, my word is slow to respond anyway. Okay, so you have lines here that were set by our examination writer. But notice what happens if you write here the answer. The lines will keep moving to the next level. So that's why I told you the other day on the first day when we were talking about assignments that please create forms in Word or forms in PDF. Then what will happen is you don't have to provide them with lines or extra spaces. You just have to do the form text field, that's all, and your students will be able to type in those spaces. So imagining that this exam is taken by me and it's done, it's saved, I'm going to save it with my ID as its title, because that was the instruction for me. So I'm going to save it with my ID. I already have the file here, so I'm going to save it as this, replace, yes. So my file is saved. Now I need to, as a student, I have to upload this to this assignment. So what you do to upload, how do you upload? You will notice a cloud sign here instead of download. So this activity is already complete, it's finished, but I'm going to open it for now so that I can show you. So I changed the date, due date, and the post date. So if you notice now, it will show a cloud sign against my, if I can find my name somewhere. Okay, so you have a student here who has a Moza Ali, who hasn't submitted, and if you see here, we have a cloud sign. This cloud sign is the one that your students need to click in order to be able to submit. So if I click, look, it says submit paper. Click, and this window will appear. You have file submission and text submission. These are the two types you can do. Because I want a file, so by default this is actually file submission. So you just have to type, I'm going to say exam, demo exam, and then what happens is I'm going to upload my file. I remember I told you how you can drag and drop your file. So you can drag and drop your file here. Now the file is uploading, but if you don't click add submission, the file will be in the server but not uploaded. You will see the file, but it is not properly communicated between Turnitin and Moodle itself. As a result, you will not see any similarity report. You will only see a file which was submitted by your students, and the file is actually not available to you or your students. You cannot actually open it. So it's always you have to tell your students to click add submission at the end, and then the Turnitin will return with one what you call receipt, telling the student that your work has been submitted, or maybe with an error if the communication was not properly done. It usually takes a couple of seconds. So here we are. You see your submission has successfully been uploaded to Turnitin. This is what I have uploaded, and this is my receipt number. You can go on and read. Otherwise, you can click close and your file will be uploading. Now I submitted this file for Moza. You see here the cloud sign is gone, and look, 93% similarity is shown, and for the work that I have uploaded just now, demo exam. Okay, now let's see what exactly is copied. If you click this demo exam, you will be taken to Turnitin, and it will load for you. Loading Turnitin document viewer. So here we are with the easy to use interface now showing. And you remember I wrote my name, so you can see my name is at the top, my ID is written here, and just imagine that I have written work and I've submitted. So my writing is here, you can see. Now with only this much written, look, it is showing 93%. So what exactly is similar? Let's see. You see these texts which belong to the template itself, they were the ones which were similar. And this part that I have written is not similar because this is not a word at all anyway. So sometimes we have to consider these things to assess the student's work. Whether the student's work is 100% similar, 93%, is confirmed. Hello.
Hello, hello.
No problem at all. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you very loud and clear.
Yes, thank you, Salvador. Thank you very much, because I needed to get confirmation. What was happening is because of the internet and so many pages and so many applications are open, my speed is getting delayed. As a result, the audio got affected. So anyway, thank you for your confirmation. Let's proceed from here. As I was saying, this is how we create. Hello, yes. Hello, anything? No? Okay. So this is how we create Turnitin assignment. Attach the template right on the template itself for Similarity to assess the work. Directly show you that. You remember on the first day when I showed you how to do assessments using Word form and PDF form. What you do is, you know that this file is now a PDF form. When you download it from Turnitin, it will always return the files as PDF with the report on it. So what you can do is you can upload this Turnitin file to, if you have a Google account, to your drive. If you don't have a Google account you cannot. What you can do is you can open it in what you call Exchange. It to my to be able to will open in date them. Remember, we are going to do annotation now and annotating. So after downloading a drive and Shamim is slow.
Hello, Mr. Shamim. There is no voice and the video is frozen.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, now we can hear you. It was frozen for some
Yeah,
time.
it's because it's because of the internet. It's fluctuating on my side. So I think that's the reason you're facing this, and that it happens because of the number of applications which are open on my laptop right now. So anyway,
Yes.
let's proceed. Thank you for being with me. So as I was saying, this is the part where teachers need to intervene now. The students' work is already submitted. You can see them here in Turnitin. So what you do is you have to download them. What I did last semester is I downloaded these files to my computer, and then I uploaded back to my Google Drive. And you can do that as well if you have Google account and you have Google what you call Drive space. You can use that. Otherwise, there's one more option that I showed you on the first day. That is, you can open the PDF file in Exchange. Okay, that's a browser. If you do it, then you will have the opportunity to grade mark. First, I'm going to show you how you do it in Google, and then I'll go there. So this was the semester that I worked last semester, and then let's see, folder where I kept my files, exam files. So you see final examination here, and I've already shown you how it works. So look, if I file, generally it gives you a preview, and the preview is getting loaded very slow. Okay, so this is the preview. Are you with me? Can you see? Hello?
Yes, yes, we
Yes,
can
this is
see.
the preview, and you see I've downloaded this, and I have done the annotation on this. This is the work which has already been checked. And if you notice, I have put the grades, I've put my remarks, and I have added my signature as well, and so on. This is how I graded the students' work directly on the computer itself. You don't have to print them, but the preview will not give you that alternative. So what you can do is you can click open with and annotate with Kami. So this is the add-on that I have added to my Google Drive. That is why I have the opportunity to do the annotation. But you can also directly right click on the file and click the second button you see, open with annotate Kami. So I'm going to do a fresh one with you so that you know how it is done. So I have, let's say, writing necessary, I don't know, this one. So I'm going to open this in annotate with Kami, and look what will happen. Kami will be loaded. This is another application attached to my Google Drive. This will give you all the necessary tools to grade your students. So the file is loaded, almost there. And you see on my left side, I have, all right, and this is the student work, and it's a fresh one. You see, I haven't done anything on this one. And there is similarity report as well, because this file was downloaded from the Turnitin itself. So I have my Turnitin report on it, and I have the students work here, and I also have the template. This student did not use the template, but you would have the template if he had used it. So box, I can choose the text here to add my comments. You can choose the colors if you want. So I'm going to click here, and if you see, if I click here and there, the text box will appear. Wait. Oh God. So text box, click it, and you see the text box is here. I can enlarge it, and then I can write my comment. I chose red, so I say no spacing here, something like this. So maybe I added this comment here, but look, the student will not know what this comment is for. Is it for the first one or the second one? So you can click drawing here, and you can choose the color. It's up to you, and then you can draw maybe this part, no spacing. So you can actually use these drawing pencils and colors as well. You can go with comments as well. Click comment, and maybe for the same thing, if you click here, you see this comment color is appearing. You can choose the colors, up to you. Now I'm going to add the comments. So click text anywhere on the page to make the comment. So I'm going to copy, I'm going to comment on this one. So this is the comment box. This is the color. You can choose the color, right? So on. And the equations, however, they are locked because this is not fully free. Some of them are actually paid services, but for me as English teachers, I can use the marker, I can use the pen, I can use the text box, and I can actually use the markup as well. If you see markup, it's like the highlighter you choose, so you can do that. So box markup, you see, box markup. If I choose a different color, then this is going to give me a different color. So this is enough for people who want to assess written pieces and grade them. You can do that. And if I go up, bottom, towards the bottom, and this student did not use the template, so I don't have it. But if I want, I can use a text box and add marks. Something like this. So if you had the template right here, you could have used it, and that is how you can assess the student's work. If you click save, you have the save button here towards the right side. Save, and it is going to save all the things that you have done. Save now, yes, or auto save is always open. So if I click this, all my 17 unsaved changes will be saved. At this point, now that I've saved the document, if I download this, I can download this. You see, download button is here. If I download this, these comments will come along, so I don't have to do anything else. I was trying to add my comment, if you remember. This is the spot, so I can add a comment. So I'm going to save it one more time because I've done one change. My comment is done. If I download, then I can download the file, and you will notice that you have all the comments that you have made. They are also included in the document, and I will show you the samples. So what I've done is I've kept these files in my drive itself because I think they are safe there. Pen drives and flash drives are not safe anymore because they have viruses. So you see, this is how I've corrected this one, and you see I've put my remarks. You can use it in any way you want. Right? And if you want to move from one to another, you can do so by clicking next. You can see here you have the arrows, go previous, and over this side next. So this is how it goes. Okay, now this was what you call how you can assess it using Google Drive, the Turnitin assignment. I will show you how you can do the same thing with what you call Microsoft Exchange. So I'm going to download a file. So here we are, we click this and then click download. But the problem is if I click download now, it will only take the fresh work, no similarity. So I have to click similarity here or here. So I'm going to click this similarity. So it is showing now. You see all the things that are similar are highlighted. I'm going to click download and choose current view. So my document with these similarities will be downloaded, the report on it as well. So in the download folder, I'm going to save it, demo exam, save it, and then I'm going to open this file in Microsoft Exchange. So here we are. I have the file. I've located the file, demo exam. So I'm going to right click on the document after selecting it, and then I'm going to click open with Exchange. Yeah, this is Exchange. Edge, Microsoft Edge. Okay, Microsoft Edge. If you have Exchange, you can do. Exchange is actually Outlook. Sorry. So Microsoft Edge. So if you click Microsoft Edge, then it will open it there. Just like in Google Drive, you have to add the add-on. If you don't have the add-on for editing any document on Microsoft Edge, then you have to add the add-on, and you can do that. I told you the other day, you can do that from here. Click settings. You see these three dots. This is where the settings will come. So the document is loading. Okay, so if you click setting, I mean three dots here, it should load. Just a second. Yeah, so you have more tools, and then add notes. If you don't have this, no worries, you can add add-ons. You see extensions here, choose this, or you get it from the Microsoft, what you call, store. From the store you can get it as well. So right now this document is on my screen and inside Microsoft Edge, and I have a pen sign over here. If you see, this is a pen sign here. So this pen sign, if I click this pen sign, this ribbon will appear. You see this ribbon? This is already here. So I can click these tools to make it, fit my screen, or page view as well. I can do page view, one page or two pages at a time. So you can do that as well. Or you can make the document read aloud to yourself. I don't need to. Right now I need to add notes only. So I've chosen notes. So you see, once you click add notes, the same thing happens here, just like it happened in Google Drive. You remember, you see the marker at the top now, and you can choose the color, you can choose the size of your ink. It's up to you. And you can also choose the text color as well, and you can have something removed by clicking this eraser. If you want, you can do the touch writing as well. Touch writing is like this. You click touch writing, and let's choose a color. So touch writing is like this. You see, just use the mouse to do the touch writing. It's really difficult at times if you want to make sure your hand is okay and stiff, but it's better you choose the marker and not the hand touch. You can also do with this the same thing. Okay, same thing. And this is how much you can do here. Actually, you cannot do text boxes, you cannot do the other features which are available in Google Drive add-on. Okay, so this is a low tech, but it's fine. You can do the assessment on this one as well, but in my recommendation, I would say you should use Google Drive for it. It will save you a lot of problem, because you can do all sorts of things, not only the pen, but also what you call the text boxes, comments, erasing, color, and so on. Anyway, so this is how much I needed to show you about Turnitin assessment. If you have any question regarding this, please ask me. You have like 5 minutes. After this, we can proceed to the new topic. Thank you.
Mr. Shamim,
Yes.
with regard to the English assignment, can the student do what we call it kind of editing, okay, using what we call it spelling checkers or grammars from the computer itself, so that their assignment is actually free from the mistake? Thank you.
Good question, sir. Good question. In Moodle, actually, what happens is, those of us who have done the placement test before and the assignments, writing assignments, for example, our students have done diaries. So the moment they have tried to copy from some other sources and they pasted them, what happened is it turned into gibberish. All right, and that's how Moodle actually protects the work of the student from copying from anywhere else. That's one of the mechanisms which is there. However, it's not the only way to actually protect it, because the computer, the browser, and browser also has its own dictionary. So as a result, and Microsoft Word has its own dictionary, you see. So whatever activity you do on Microsoft Word directly, it will always prompt you the errors that you make. And even on website, when you write something with errors, or grammatical errors or spelling errors, you will notice that they are highlighted in red. So naturally, all the tools, majority of the tools are built in that way, because they want to minimize your spelling and grammatical errors. So we can't do that. We can't do anything about that there. However, should we go for safe exam browser, which I have already spoken about in previous webinar, and then I've also asked Mr. Sahad, who is from IT, to implement this. We tried this last 2 semesters ago, but it was difficult because we needed to work through all the computers in the labs those days, and then there was something going on, maybe the exams. As a result, we could not proceed. But if we go for the safe exam browser and similar proctoring browsers, then we will be able to make sure that students' work, whatever they do online directly on the browser or using the browser, they will not get any hints or prompts. Okay, and their work will not be highlighting automatically, so that they know that here they have a grammatical error, or they have a spelling error, or they have something that they need to change, or maybe the punctuation. Okay, so we will try our best to implement safe exams soon, but we are still in the piloting phase. We haven't done the piloting yet. So once the piloting is done, we will implement this soon. I hope that answers your question.
I still have another question. What if the student, for example, is doing it from the normal worksheet, and then they just cut and paste into the answer sheet? Can the student do that?
You mean normal worksheet means from a Word document, PDF document, PowerPoint? What kind? Because we have to be sure what kind of document that is. Okay.
From the normal, from the words. From the words, and then they edit. When everything is ready, only then they post it to your question to your answer sheet.
Yes. Yeah, they can do so. They can do so. It's, as I told you, or the devices, the applications, the browsers, the softwares. They are all built with their personal dictionary and personal grammatical logic. As a result, your students' work, the moment they do it on any word processor or any application, they will have the opportunity to copy and paste, because copy and paste is the first important tool that was created in the computing age. So this is something they can do, and we cannot protect that, because remember, the only thing that you can control at this time is you can control what content you create, how you deliver it, and how long you want to deliver it. But on the other side, you don't have the control over the students' behavior, students' activities, and students' responses, and how the software, how the how the internet, how the speed, those things will work. You understand? Yesterday I faced a problem, and today as well I faced a problem. So I don't have control over that. I can only trust and go on. Okay, but over the time, as we keep piloting new avenues, new softwares, new applications, we'll definitely come up with something better than this one. Any more questions, anybody? Since we have no other questions, I will proceed quickly to the other topic. I think I can manage it's just like creating quizzes. You have done the quizzes before, so it should not be difficult.
Can we continue next week, Brother Shamim? It's too long already.
It will take only 5 minutes, if you don't mind. Can we go on? We still have some time. I'm lagging behind, as you know, because one topic a day will be too long.
Like to tell you frankly, we cannot absorb whatever you. Yeah, it's too.
Yeah, that's the main part. Yeah, that's the main part. So how about others? Do you think it's okay? We continue next week? Yes, it's okay. All right. All right then. Thank you for your feedback, and I hope we can continue from next week. So thank you for attending. Thank you for your patience. I will be sending these video recordings to you soon, all that I have done so far, and inshallah we'll meet next week. Have a very good weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shamim.
Thank you.